Okay, so this is the Santa Cruz High School math classes that we offer. The dark blue is one pathway, is the integrated pathway. The light blue is the Math Academy pathway. And I'm just going to explain to you like what the different pathways and what the different options are and why you would take AP Calculus AB over AP Calculus BC or any fourth year math class. So, Math Academy 1, right, is a year-long class, and then you take Math Academy 2, which is also a year-long class. And then after Math Academy 2, you can go into, it's made to go into AP Calculus BC. The last unit of Math Academy 2 is um, basically a calculus unit, and kind of depending on how you're feeling about the calculus unit, if you're feeling that you're pretty solid, you'd go into BC. If you're not like feeling as confident, but you again, you would take calculus AB, and then if you wanted to continue math but not calculus, then you take AP statistics. Now, really what it's important in general is that that they do take math 4 years, because studies shown that if students don't take the math for 4 years, what happens is they lose a lot of their math skills and often get placed in when they go to college into a class that's lower than what they ended with, because they didn't continue their math classes. So as far as calculus versus statistics, if you know what you're going to major in college, and if it's a STEM, then you should take calculus. So if it's science, technology, engineering, or math, they should definitely take calculus, because those are always prerequisites for those types of majors in college. And if they know they're not going to be in STEM, then they should take AP statistics. Now, if they don't know what they're going to major in math, I would suggest that you still take the calculus route, because then that leaves you options for the future of what you want to major in. Okay, and if you don't take the Math Academy route, which is probably what your student is, because teaching integrated too. Oh, by the way, I've been teaching for 9 years, and I've taught majority of these classes. I've taught everything except for Trig and Math Academy 2 and Stats. And then I've of course taught lots of additional classes that we don't offer anymore, because I've been teaching for 9 years pre the integrated pathway. So I've taught algebra 1A and 1B and algebra 2 and geometry and things like that. So the integrated pathway, you start with integrated 1A, then go to integrated 1B, then integrated 2, and then integrated 3. Now, after integrated 3, kind of depending on what you want to do. So again, based on what I said, as like knowing or not knowing what kind of major you want to have in college. Like if you know that it's not going to be STEM, then you could take statistics afterwards. But if it is going to be STEM, then you should take Trig after that. And then typically you want to reach for BC. So you can take AB after Trig. So if you don't have enough time or in your schedule, then you to take Intro and then BC, because both the calculus classes are year-long classes, then you can take calculus AB. But if you do have enough time in your schedule to still take Intro to Calculus, then you would take that. So then you could take BC. Now, again, depending on how you feel, so just like with Math Academy 2, because Intro to Calculus has is a lot of calculus in it, so depending on how you feel about that class and what your grade was, right, will tell you whether you should take AB or BC, because BC is more rigorous and Calculus AB is not. So if you're feeling confident, if you get an A or B in Intro, you should take BC, and if you didn't get an A or B, you should take AB. And of course, if you have even more time after calculus, you can take stats, and then also if you're over calculus after Intro, you can take stats. So those are the options. Now, the typical with integrated is they take integrated 1A and 1B year 1, and then integrated 2 and integrated 3 year 2. And then year 3, because these are again semester classes, they take trig and intro. And then year 4, they take BC calculus. And that's what a typical STEM, possible STEM major is. And again, if you're not sure what you want to major in, that's what you should still do to leave your options open. Okay, and they often get questions about what's the difference between the 2 calculus classes. So calculus AB is 1 year at Santa Cruz High School. The topics that are covered are limits, derivatives, and some techniques of integration. The college classes it covered. So there are 3 college calculus classes. They're typically called Calculus 1, 2, and 3. AB covers all of 1 and about half of 2. So therefore, they get if they pass the AP exam, they get 5 units worth of math. And now this is important because you'll have to take for any STEM major, you'll have to take calculus as a prerequisite. And if you pass the AP exam in high school, right, you get 5 units of credit and you get that prerequisite, and then you can start in calculus 2 when you get to college, and you don't have to pay that money to take calculus 1. And then if you'll already have a leg up in calculus 2 because you've covered half of it. Those techniques of integration that you learn in AB are again covered in calculus 2, so you will be ahead of the game. Now, Calculus 8BC is also 1 year, and it covers a lot more topics, so it's a lot more rigorous. It covers limits, derivatives, all the techniques of integration, infinite series, and then calculus with polar and parametric functions. Now, all of that is still 2-dimensional calculus. It's on the XY plane. The Calculus 3 is multivariable calculus, so derivatives on the 3D space. So the college classes that it covers is all of 1 and all of 2, but none of 3, because that's the multivariable calculus. But if you pass the AP exam, you get 10 units of math. So basically, if you pass BC calculus, then you can start into calculus 3 when you get to college. And like I said, 10 units of math is like pretty expensive in college and not so expensive you take the AP exam. So I hope that answered all of your questions. Thank you for watching.